There are only 5 legislative days left before the Senate's scheduled August recess. The upper chamber now in a sprint to pass any piece of the president's agenda. Lawmakers telling Maria on this program their priority is passing a continuing resolution ahead of the October 1st deadline. Watch.
The Democrats are going to shut down government October 1. We have to, whether we fund it through reconciliation or through a continuing resolution. Remember, everything will get shut down again. This will be the 4th time in 2 years by the Democrats. So we've got to figure out how to fund the government, like just how do we fund ICE and CBP through reconciliation.
So you think we're seeing another government shutdown on the horizon before the midterms then?
Absolutely.
You've got the Clarity Act. You've got the continuing resolution. You've got the NDAA. You've got the Reconciliation 3.0. Are you moving on any of this? You've got 1 week left. What's the priority next week?
Well, I feel like we're trying to put 20 pounds of potatoes in a 10-pound bag, but we need to prioritize, get as much done as we can, starting with the funding of the government. Remember, Chuck Schumer, big government socialists, they've shut the government down 3 times already. So it's time to move that, and hopefully we'll get on these other bills as well.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune releasing the text for a CR to fund the government through December 11th, which does have Democratic support and includes a provision that would block a federal rule requiring grants be approved by political appointees. This goes back to the Office of Budget Management. I want to bring in New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. She also sits on the House and Ways Means Committee. Congresswoman, so this proposed CR is different from what you and your House colleagues already passed. I want to get your thoughts on this because it is bipartisan and it does avoid a shutdown.
Yeah, obviously we are going to have to look at it again as we get into when we get back into session after the August recess. But look, we're happy that if the Senate can do anything, because they haven't done much, if they're able to have some kind of continuing resolution to avert a government shutdown and put us into chaos going into the midterms, I think that will be very helpful. And unfortunately, you know, the Democrats have signaled that they won't support us. But with this CR, with a few Democrat support, they're probably, I don't know who they are. You didn't say that, but they could be vulnerable seats. This is going to be a challenging year, but, you know, we really should have headwinds based on what the Democrats are doing when it comes to, you know, franchising Marxism through MAMDANI and the so-called Democratic Socialists of America and really changing America like we've never seen it before.
Well, let's get into that because there's a couple of points there, especially with all these primaries tomorrow happening. In particular, we're watching Michigan. But there's this new polling that reflects Americans' frustration with the Republican Party in both chambers. So this is a new CNN poll finding Democrats lead Republicans by 8 points on a generic ballot. Democrats also holding a significant advantage when it comes to enthusiasm. I mean, we're less than 100 days away from Election Day. What more can you and your colleagues do to boost support? Because, again, this is the end of the week. At the end of this week, the Senate's gone. You're on August recess. Neither chamber comes back till September. And then you're on that very, very, I mean, tight window before everybody goes back home to campaign for the midterms. You know, how do you work through what you need to get done, but then also you got to secure, you know, or maintain, you know, power?
Cheryl, what's really important is people aren't looking at what we averted by re-electing President Trump in 2024, putting in the renewed tax cuts, you know, the largest tax cut we had in 2017 to even a greater, more expanded tax cut now that we passed last year in the HR1 and all the benefits that came with it. We secured the border. So we're working on bringing down the costs of an excessive, you know, migration into this country with illegal immigrants and the costs and the burdens. And you saw the fraud, abuse, and waste and the way that these, you know, foreign criminals took advantage of our country. We're working on bringing that to a halt. Just imagine what our country would have looked like had we not done those things and had we not passed all these great initiatives that are jump-starting businesses. You see, as you're showing, the market is going up. We're talking about gas prices as if it's, you know, catastrophic. They're still lower than they were under the Biden administration, and the only reason Biden was able to lower them after the war on fossil fuels and natural gas and energy domination, you know, they're still lower than they were, and Biden actually emptied out our strategic petroleum reserves to bring prices down artificially. We're now trying to fight a defensive security issue in the Middle East, which is vitally important to the security of America and to bring the prices down and continuing that energy dominance. If you look at pricing, a lot of it still has to do with the cost of energy. And the biggest cost of energy in places like New York are high taxes. We have a high tax on energy. We have a high tax on gasoline. We have a county tax, which is a sales tax that goes into everyone buying gas in my region in upstate New York. And when you look at a map of the United States, it tends to be the blue states that are experiencing this because of these far left policies, these sort of communist socialist policies that are centralized government, less emphasis on small businesses, and also things that are affecting our family farms. But luckily, in H.R. 1 last year that we passed, there were also a lot of key farm bill provisions that affect my district, the 5th largest dairy producing district in the entire country. So we had a dairy margin protection program. We fixed some programs that we don't have to worry about this year. So when the Senate reenacts the farm bill as well, that's going to help our farmers with production and finish off what we need to finish on the farm bill.
Kevin Hassett was on with Maria last week, and he said that he had spent the day working on the farm bill. So I know that that's obviously first and foremost there. But, you mentioned what's happening with these progressive policies. These candidates are gaining traction. They gained traction here in New York State. The Democratic Party, the leadership's worried. The Democratic Senate primary in Michigan is a big one here, right? Congresswoman Haley Stevens is facing progressive Abdul El Sayed, and the polling shows that he's got a slight advantage over her. I want to get your take on that because, we've talked about how polling shows Americans do not understand the one big beautiful bill. You've talked a lot about the messaging success. Their messaging is on affordability. Their messaging is on socialism. I don't know if that works in the general, but, this, I guess, do we ignore the DSA at our own peril here is my question.
Right. You cannot. Well, first of all, the Democrats are in a state of panic. The average Democrat is in a state of panic, including many of their voters, because of this MAMDANI phenomenon that is reaching into Michigan and other parts of the country, mostly New York City. But remember, MAMDANI is not running New York City. He's not governing. He's starting a movement for democratic socialism, Marxism, everything he's doing from, government-run grocery stores, things that are going to block out all these wonderful small businesses, bodegas, and people in retail, all these new immigrants in New York City that are actually, producing for our communities. That same phenomenon he's doing with his charisma. I don't find him charismatic, but a lot of Democratic voters do, and it's catching fire, and that's what's happening. And the Democrats know it, but they are not able to stop it. And that is what concerns me about what could happen with the Democratic Party. What is going to happen next year? I still think, I agree with Speaker Mike Johnson. I think that we will retain the House. We'll have narrow margins. We may gain some. We may lose some. And again, my fear is the Senate. I think that there's a lot of issues there. However, if El Sayed beats Haley Stevens, I think we have a shot to take that seat back.
There you go. In the general. And look, we got to run, but I'll tell you what, talk to the 82-year-old brownstone owner who's lived there for 54 years, and all of a sudden he gets a tax bill for $44 grand from the MAMDANI administration. There you go. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Yeah, there you go. It's great to see you. Thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody.